I'm Anil Kumar sharing with you an excellent question on continuity of functions. The question is true or false. If f of x is continuous on the domain from minus 1 to plus 1 and f of minus 1 equals to 4 and f of 1 equals to 3, then there exists a value b such that absolute value of b is less than 1 and f of b is equal to pi. If true, justify your answer. If false, explain why or provide a counter example. I'd like you to pause the video, answer the question, and then look into my suggestion. Let us first try to understand this question. So let me sketch the coordinate grid and then we'll work on the details. So what we have here is, let us say there is a continuous function from minus 1 to 1. Let us say this value is minus 1. This is plus 1. And at minus 1, the value is 4. So let's say this is the line for 4. And at 1, it is 3. So let's say this is the line for 3. Okay. So in our grid, what we have here is x-axis is along this line. And then we have this y-axis. We are given that the domain of the function is from minus 1 to plus 1, and it is continuous between this domain. The value of the function at minus 1, that is f of minus 1, is 4. Let us say this is 4 for us. This is 4. And at 1, it is 3. At 1, it is 3. Let us say this is 3 for us. Okay. Now, then there exists a value b such that absolute b is less than 1. That really means that b is less than 1 but greater than minus 1. So b is anywhere in between minus 1 and plus 1. And f of b is pi. Now what is pi? Pi is 3.14. So there exists a point b where f of b is pi, which is slightly more than this. Let us say this is pi for us, okay? Slightly more than 3. So this is pi. So I have drawn a line here, which is y equals to pi, 3.14, right? Approximately. Now the question is this statement true that there exists a point b so that the value of the function at that point, x value of b, is pi? Now, if it is true, then justify your answer. So let's try to justify. What do you think? Is it true or false? Now, if I try to connect from point A to B, let's say this point is A and this point is B, with a continuous function, I could connect it with a straight line, correct? So I could go like this, correct? If I go like this, I'm going through a point which is y value is pi, and that could be your answer. Now this connection of the function, we are not saying it is linear, we are saying it is continuous. So it's important to understand that part. So that means it could have been connected by some other function in a very different way. For example, we could connect like this. Even if we connect like this, we go through this point. Do you see that? Or we could connect it through some other way, right? So the whole idea here is, can we connect the points A and B? Let's say we connect like this, something like this. That is also a function, but it also goes through y equals to pi, correct? So it is very clear from here that if we are working on a domain which is continuous, then every value in between will have some x value. Do you understand? So there, in this case, pi is between 4 and 3, and therefore the statement that absolute value of b less than 1 will always provide me with some point where f of b is equal to pi. That point may be different, as we saw here. It could be here, right? It could be on this side. It could be here. It could be anywhere. But there will always be a point where the value of the function is going to be 3.14 in this particular case, correct? So the answer is that the statement is true, right? So that is how you can actually prove it. I hope that helps. Thank you and all the best.